with today's special guests, Rudy Klahr and Al Ducharme.
What a show! Hey, welcome, guys. How you doing, Kevin?
I'm ready for another show, Danny.
All right, so let's start talking. I did not prepare a monologue as usual. I want to talk about dating apps. When I was in LA, I was using a dating app out there, and I had one or two or three per month. I thought I was better looking than that, Kevin. Anyway. It's Hollywood. I got to have a Lamborghini and a sausage machine or something. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just making shit up. Anyway, LA was all right. I didn't meet anybody on dating apps that much. I come back here. Right now I'm in Schenectady, New York, Albany, New York, basically, and where my family is. I drove across the country to be with my family and my son and all that stuff. And dating apps, there's a lot of swipe lefts here. I just got to say, there's a lot of swiping left. There's a lot more swiping left in LA. But anyway, so here I had a little bit of luck. I met a great girl, and of course, the next day, we made out, and then and that was it. And I definitely want to see you again. I got to see you again. Oh my God! And then nothing. So then this last week I went down to New York City. And I went to visit my son, and I actually stayed at my ex-mother-in-law's place. Thank you, Sue. I love you. This is what happens when you're a good ex-husband. You actually get to stay in your ex-mother-in-law's place when she's not around, which is good. So I'm staying there, and I'm getting boom, 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 boom. Like the 1 week, I had like 10, 15 beautiful women. And I'm talking intellectually too. I'm not a pig. I'm not a pig. Okay. But I get all these beautiful women hit me up and stuff. And they're like, "Oh, are you really in New York? Are you staying in New York? Or are you visiting New York? Are you from New York? Are you coming back to New York? Where are you living?" I sounded a little like a female Trump there, didn't I, Kevin? Where are you living?
I was too busy swiping left.
I totally sounded like a female Trump. But it was like crazy, and I'm thinking because of that, I'm going to move to New York. Dating apps, look at a single guy. You got during COVID, you got nowhere else to meet women except for a dating app. And even then you got to have sex between sheets, like that Jewish tradition thing, which is not weird to me at all anymore. I'm ready to make out with any girl as long as she has a mask on. Right? Anyway, let's make Kevin big. That was my monologue. That was it.
All right. So you have a Lamborghini and a sausage machine, and you're having a hard time getting dates. That doesn't make sense, Danny. Something else is going on.
Right? You would think. You would think. I just want to borrow someone's Lamborghini and sit outside of Whole Foods. That way I'll find someone for sure.
Just boil a steady stream of brats and some beer and see what happens.
Oh my God. How was your week, Kevin? I had a great time with my son. I love him. Did I tell you he's 6'2" now? He's my height.
Wow.
I can't call him short anymore.
You can still call him short.
And mentally,
not credibly.
I can't even do that because
call him short.
I can't even do that because he's a genius. I can't even do that. My son is coding right now, and I have problems buttering a bagel.
That's
without breaking it up.
That's part of life, Danny. More so now than ever.
It's a sad state of affairs.
Our parents and grandparents had wisdom.
What was that, Steve?
Got to go with the soft butter.
Yeah, seems like you got to go with the soft butter.
See, that kind of life advice can't wait until after the show. I'm glad you stepped in, Steve. Thank you.
Yeah, Steve's one of our writers, for those of you who don't know. Anyway, how was your week? How you doing?
No complaints. You know me. Another 7 days. I say that every week, don't I?
Yeah, and I tell you to prepare something more informative every week. I was like, come to me with something, Kevin.
That's why I was so appreciative about the life advice regarding the butter.
You're like, come see, come saw. How the hell
I'm
was
excited about this week's show, Danny.
Well, me too, but I want to
It's
know
gonna be
about
fun.
you and your grand piano. Have you learned how to play it yet?
I have not. I assume if the blockchain doesn't sustain its recent highs, I'll be returning the piano.
Well, it is hard to play a virtual piano, so.
It's because you haven't tried.
It's good to see you, Kevin. It's really good to see you, man.
A pleasure, Danny. I'm glad you had the week with your son.
How are your kids?
My kids are great. Unfortunately, my daughter, due to the COVID, was not able to come and spend Thanksgiving with me. And I was really looking forward to it.
Wait, she's got COVID?
No.
Oh, thank God.
Her mother wouldn't let her travel. So
so that's her excuse this time.
And that's it's shaping up to be the excuse for Christmas too. So.
Oh man.
So yeah, you stay in your former mother-in-law's house. I'll divorce the whole family. Even some of the pets. I'm out.
Well, you know what, Kevin? You can spend time with us if you want.
Thank you. I just want somebody to tell my ex-wife's goldfish I was faking it the whole time. None of that was genuine, Sparky.
Well, I think the goldfish knew, Kevin. Come on. The goldfish saw the look on your face.
That's 27 goldfishes ago.
All right, so why don't we do our first little bit? We haven't done a state news thing in a long time. Right?
I've been dominating them. That's why I thought you stopped.
I can't, Kevin. I can't have you outshine me, Kevin. I just can't. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, Anthony's already vying for your job, so he's going to be on the show tonight, Kevin. Just you're on thin ice. Just know this, okay?
It'll never take me down if you're watching.
Oh, he's watching. He's in the green room.
He's right back there. He's behind the piano.
All right, let's do this.
Is it bad or is it Bama?
Okay, so for those of you who don't know this segment, this is where you decide, or we all guess, to see if it's real news or if it's fake news. In this case, is it real news in Alabama or is it bad? Is it fake news? All right, the first one. A man was so upset that he didn't lose weight after trying Jared's famous Subway diet, he tried to rob 4 of their stores to try to get his money back.
Either way, it's good news, Danny.
That's a lot of Subway. 4 stores? 4 stores in 7 years ago.
Personally, I think if the guy actually stopped when he got his money back, no harm, no foul. It's a money back guarantee that the stores didn't initially agree to.
Why doesn't he just go to Jared in prison and ask him for the money?
There's strings attached.
All right, what do you think?
I'm gonna say Bama, but that might be wishful thinking.
Bama, I don't know. This sounds a little far-fetched to me. And by the way, guys, I have no idea if this is true or not. So these are real. I have no idea. So, what do you think, Steve?
This sounds like something I'd do.
Steve says he'd do it. All right, I'm gonna say bad. I don't think it's true. Bama. Yeah. Oh my God. In October of 2014, an overweight 18-year-old man, I don't know if I call him a man, robbed 4 Subways because he claims the diet failed. Wow.
That's great. Wow. Tell Steve I have a bone to pick with Jenny Craig. And if you wouldn't mind.
Right? Way to take responsibility. What did you say, Steve?
The key ingredient is little boys. That's the whole
Oh, yeah, right.
You know, I think
I'm not going to repeat that. Steve said something very unkosher. It was funny.
He said that the kid was putting too much mayonnaise on the sandwich.
Oh wait, no one was injured. No one was injured, and he was soon apprehended in a Walmart while buying a holster for a gun, the gun he had used on his alleged crime spree. So a witness.
You need all of your crime accessories before you start committing
I know, right?
crime,
I was like,
Danny.
why is he buying it after the
That's
robbery?
Terrible. That's just terrible.
He was just unprepared. He's just not professional. He's not professional. A witness recognized his bright orange shoes from the store's security cam footage.
That's funny. Did he lose his job at McDonald's over this?
He's like the wet bandits from Home Alone. They turned on the faucets. All right, let's see the next one. Oh, wait, this is still him. To reach...
No, this is different.
Oh, this is the next one. Okay. To reach people who might not normally attend services, an Alabama church began holding services at a local Buffalo Wild Wings.
You know, if that said at halftime, I'd say Bama. But I'm going to say bad. That's not
I'm going to say, I'll tell you something. That's better than the body of Christ. The body of Christ, it's like
very funny.
There's no hydration in those wafers.
No, it's the body of Ken the Chicken and some Budweiser. That's what that is.
I always imagine Jesus is like totally dehydrated. Water.
Would you eat the chicken if you knew its name? It is Bama.
Wait, we didn't guess. We didn't even guess. All right, that's fine.
I did and I lost.
I didn't guess yet.
So you get a tie, I get a -1.
I get an automatic win on this one.
No, you get a tie.
No, I get a win.
That's a tie. You're only tied.
Kevin, you're fired.
You didn't win anything.
Anthony, get ready. Bama, on Sundays before the restaurant opens, the 45-minute service is targeted to a population that wouldn't normally go to a church. I'm going to say, or get off the couch.
That's hysterical. So you order your appetizers, you tithe, and then you watch football and you maybe gamble with your friends.
I don't know. It's a kind of a weird church. But aren't they all?
You have to adapt, Danny.
Are you right? You have to. You have
to adapt.
All right, let's see the next one. Responding to numerous residents' calls of strange noises, cops arrived at an Alabama swamp to find a creepy doll graveyard. Okay, first of all, who is calling the cops about noise at a swamp? I mean,
I think in this case, who is making things like that up? I got to say that's real. That's Bama.
I didn't guess again. What the hell's going on here? This is not fair.
I win and you tie again, Danny. This strategy of yours, I don't know what you're trying to do. You're trying to pull something, Danny.
I didn't put the answer up yet.
Oh, it's not up yet. Well, what was the picture? But the picture
that was just the picture of the dolls. I didn't say where it came from.
Guys, this is Susanna. This is our engineer. She is awesome.
She's defending the integrity of the show within the show.
Yeah, but still, you put up the dolls. We know it's true now.
But is it Bama or is it bad?
It's Bama.
You don't know.
Oh, man. I don't know. But the way you say bad, it's like. Woo!
Thank you.
All right. Responding to numerous residents' calls of strange noises, cops arrived at an Alabama. Who's living in this swamp? At an Alabama swamp to find a creepy doll graveyard. Okay, let's see that picture of the dolls again. That's crazy. Look at that. Look at that. They all died. They all died. I feel so bad for all those dolls. The needless carnage.
What kind of plague took them down?
Right? I mean, if that can kill a doll, oh my God.
That's a creepy older brother. That's what that is.
Is that the end of the explanations now? I don't know what's happening.
I'm going to say it's Bama, and I'm right.
Bama.
See, your strategy is not answering, Danny. You got to stop this. You have to answer.
The answer was obvious, Kevin.
To me, that's why I got it right.
I got it right too.
No, you didn't answer.
I would have said no. I admit it. I would have said no. Who reports noise in a swamp? Alligators? I mean, seriously.
The nutria.
So some kind of like toxic material made the alligators wise and they have cell phones and shit. I mean, what? Anyway, Bama. In November 2014, the Autaga, I've never even heard of that. They just made up that town. It's Alligator Town.
Attawaga. It's Attawaga.
Attawaga, is that what it is? All right,
I made that up.
No, you could be right. I mean, I don't know how.
It sounds better. It's more fun.
I don't know how alligators speak. County Sheriff's Office paddled around Bear Creek Swamp. They had to paddle out to find the noise. Serious? Okay.
21 antique porcelain dolls, which had been placed on top of bamboo stakes and then stuck into the water.
That sounds like voodoo.
It's a ritual of some sort.
That's a voodoo thing, man.
You know, and it would be more well attended if they did that at the Buffalo Wild Wings. Just saying.
You know what? This is definitely 2020.
This is going off the rails. That's what's happened here.
So is the whole world. Okay, next. Let's see the next one. While searching a suspect's apartment, Alabama officers encountered a meth-addled squirrel named D's Nuts.
Oh, that's hysterical.
Look at this guy.
That's actual footage of Johnny Rotten's apartment.
Actually, he looks like you on Halloween, Kevin.
It looks like Johnny Rotten's injured genitalia from.
Oh, right, from that other show. Yeah, but they're not going to know that. It's a great callback, Kevin, but nobody watches the show. So.
I reward loyal watchers. That's what I do.
Well, so all right, let me think. Let me guess this one, please. Well, he's named D's Nuts. I'm gonna say bad. I'm gonna say bad. What do you say, Kevin?
That's Bama.
You think it's Bama? Oh, damn it! Bama. Though the suspect was on the run at the time, the squirrel is the suspect. Officers obtained a search warrant of his apartment and found the drugs and paraphernalia along with D's Nuts, an attack squirrel, in a cage.
That's right.
The suspect reportedly fed the squirrel meth to keep it aggressive.
That's fantastic.
Oh my God. That is only Alabama. Though the officers released the squirrel into the wild. They released a meth-addled squirrel into the wild?
You don't get to do that.
Now there's going to be addicted squirrel babies.
Keep reading the story.
The suspect later told the news outlets that he snuck back to the apartment and whistled, and D's Nuts returned to him. Of course he does. He did. He needs his fix.
Oh, great.
He was later arrested on felony warrants unrelated to his squirrel.
That's what I told my ex-fiance. If you love D's Nuts, let them go.
Dude.
They come back to you.
Dude, that is epic. That is an epic story. Oh my God. We got to do a follow-up, like a documentary about D's Nuts and see where he is today. Did they do an intervention? In a unanimous ruling, the state's highest court toppled a cultural taboo. Oh, this is the next one? Okay.
Apparently.
We got it.
It's okay, Danny. You just got to keep the pace.
All right. I'm just going to keep reading.
Legalizing a degree of incest between brothers and sisters and uncles and nieces. Noting that such unions were lawful in Alabama until 1890. That should say 1980.
Wait, can you go back? I want to read that again because in a unanimous ruling, the state's highest court toppled a cultural taboo by legalizing a degree of incest between brothers and sisters and uncles and nieces, noting that such unions were lawful in Alabama until 1890.
Yeah, I'm going to say Bama just so I can say if you happen to get dragged into court, you just got to tell the judge, hey, I seen them titties. And you're free. Totally good to go.
Well, I'm so glad we have a guy from Disney on the show, Kevin. Thank you for that one.
He done seen them titties too.
All right, I'm gonna say bad.
I got Bama.
You know what? Bad. And I actually got a text about this. I don't know why it's not in the banners. By the way, it's terrible on you, Kevin, for buying into stereotypes. Although it's actually seriously. Although it has been proven that the KKK community mostly consists of incestual relationships. So, woo! That was fun.
All right.
That's it. You're not gonna say, Kevin, you're supposed to be the filler. When I say something's done, you're supposed to say something funny. I'm sorry, but Anthony's looking good right now.
You only say that because I'm dominating you on the quizzes.
Oh man. All right. I think we're ready for our first guest. What do you think?
All right. I'm excited. This is going to be a great show tonight. So
I am excited. I'm very excited. This has been a good show so far. No screw ups, except your head's disintegrating still, but we'll figure that out at some point.
That's metaphorical, Danny.
Are you like an apparition or what? Seriously.
6%.
All right. So this is, as it says on the banner, this is my childhood friend. We went to grade school together. He created the immensely famous podcast, Crazy for Disney. I was actually a host on that for a period of time, even though I knew nothing about Disney. Rudy wanted me as a host, and I'm blessed. That's me looking horrible in a Disney shirt. That Disney shirt, we had a Disney animator. Rudy had a Disney animator actually animate us. So let's welcome, hey, there you go. Crazy for Disney podcast. Let's welcome Rudy Klahr. That's me and Rudy right there.
All right, Rudy.
Rudy.
Danny, what's going on?
What's up, brother?
Kevin, right?
Welcome aboard. Close enough. Actually, it is Kevin.
I got it. I knew I'd figure it out.
That's okay. We got Rudy's name wrong all day on all the other stuff. So
Yeah, it was like Rudy Klahr. Close.
Klahr.
I'm not real picky.
Hey. Remember that? You good?
Did I hear right that we're actually doing a Disney quiz tonight?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Oh,
Who
boy.
told him? We're supposed to surprise him with this.
Oh, I know things, Danny. I have connections.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see, buddy. We will see.
I have very little knowledge, by the way.
That's okay. I'll be the judge of that.
So one of my oldest memories of Rudy, he was a class clown. I was an introvert at the time. I was afraid of everything and everybody. But Rudy would talk back to teachers. It was hilarious. He would just mouth off to teachers all the time. It was like, and then he'd just sit there and laugh in the back of the
Got
room.
me into a lot of trouble, though.
Oh, of course it did.
How
I
old?
still remember, like, the worst thing ever, the high school football teacher, Mr. Sheehan. I was in the back of the classroom, and I made some sort of comment. He cleared tables like he was parting the sea to get a hold of me. That was back when you could actually, like, put your hands on a student.
Right.
Not good.
Was I there at that time? I feel like I remember that.
I think this was more towards high school.
Oh, okay. All right. We went to different high schools. We went to the same grade school, right? What grade school did we go to together? I don't even remember. Was it?
I don't remember
Was
either.
it Maywood? Did you go to
I don't
Maywood?
even. I think I went to Maywood. Then they sent you off to like Sand Creek, and then I went to
Yeah, we
Colony
were-
High School.
Sand Creek was junior high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Dude,
had a teacher in Sand Creek that punched a locker right by my head.
Really?
Mr. Rogan. Yeah, I did something to really irritate him.
Oh my God. I remember Mr. Rogan. Wait, that was 6th grade though.
Yeah, and he was huge. He was like 8 feet tall, and he like legit. I pissed him off, and he hit the side of the locker near my head and missed me by like an inch.
Wow. That guy was like a motivational speaker.
And he was
Right?
scary. Yeah, he
He
was
was.
scary.
He was so passionate about helping students, but obviously not you.
I was beyond help. There was no helping me.
Oh my God. He put so much pressure on students. I felt so much pressure. Don't get me wrong, I love the guy. He was good to me, but there was a point where he put so much pressure that he kept talking about how I had the best grades in the class, right? And then so we're taking a spelling test, and I didn't want to screw up my perfect score. And there was one word I didn't know, and I looked over like this, like that, to another person's answer. And he
I
saw
hope it
me.
wasn't mine.
He saw me, and at the end of the class, he goes, "I am so disappointed in you, Danny. I'm so disappointed. I'm going to give you the 100, but I'm so disappointed." And I'm like, "That's worse. Don't give me the 100. Take the thing off. Give me the bad grade."
It was like upsetting your dad.
Yes, it was. So tell us about your podcast. Everybody wants to know.
You know what? I haven't been doing the podcast in a while. I actually left the Crazy for Disney podcast about 6 months ago to join the Behind the Ears podcast.
Oh, wow.
I did that for about 4 months, and then I left that, and I just haven't been doing anything. I'm a bum. I'm officially like a Disney bum.
Okay, so it's been great talking to you, Rudy.
See you guys later. I have nothing to promote.
Well, Danny didn't start cheating on tests with this week's episode now, did he? It all
It's all
comes
going
out.
awry.
It all comes out.
Look at Rudy's studio. Look at this place. Can you show us some of your stuff, Rudy? I
My
love
Star
it.
Wars man cave.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to. It's mostly Legos now. It's a lot of Legos and Darth Vader stuff. It's like a large child's room.
Well,
I mean, because isn't that what it is? Like when you're young and you can't afford toys, it's all you get jealous, and then when you get older, you can actually afford them. You look stupid buying them, but here I am looking stupid.
nah, you look great, bro. You look great. You recently got into shape too.
Yeah, I had really gained a lot of weight, and I was a mess. My blood pressure was shot because when you get older, you know, you got to start worrying about that stuff. And I was just physically in a lot of. I had my BP, my cholesterol, all that stuff was crazy, and I just decided it was time to turn it around because we're not getting any younger. I know you're Hollywood, Danny, so you're what, like 29, but I'm a little higher than that. You know, I'm in my mid 30s.
No, you can't say. Okay, good.
Yeah, my mid 30s. So I was starting to worry about my health. I won't give away your secret, Dan.
I'm gonna say that your wife had a lot to do with it. I'm gonna say that. Wait, what's happening now? What was that?
I don't know what that was. Yeah, my wife is a Beachbody coach. She's been doing it for years, and she really helped me kind of get through it quite a bit. And I'm actually running again, too. We never ran in school. I hated running.
Oh, I hated it, too.
Yeah, but I'm actually doing at least a mile a day, and we're going to be doing a half marathon on January 1st. So January 2nd, you can see my obituary.
So how many that's crazy, dude. So now you were a big fat guy, like what, a month ago, 2 months ago?
It was 6 months ago.
6 months ago? Okay, it took you 6 months. How heavy were you and how light are you now?
I was up to 230 and I'm at like 190 now.
Wow. 230. Now, how tall are you?
I'm like 4'10". They put that picture. They asked me like, what picture do you want up? And there's a picture of you and I together. And I look like a hobbit next to you. I mean, I'm 5'7", but next to Danny, I look like 4'11". There it is.
Oh, there you go.
I told her, do not put that picture up. I think I'd been drinking that night. I was bending over.
Was that the night? Was that the?
Even worse.
That was the night you invited me over with your family and stuff, right?
I think was that Christmas or Thanksgiving?
Oh boy, that's a good question.
I think it was Christmas.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't get a gift.
Yeah, you still owe me a gift, so get me 2 this year, will you? Plus, he drank all my booze, so you owe me booze and a gift.
I did not. So, you helped. For those of you who are fans of the show, all 2 of you, Rudy actually helped me get started in StreamYard and showed me around the studio when Angela, me and Rudy were working on it before Kevin was even conceived. Kevin was a fetus to the show at the time, and and Rudy helped us do that. So thank you for that, Rudy.
Yeah, I mean, it shows that Kevin really learned how to do his video quality there.
I know.
Like 3/4 of his head showing up.
Dude, it's
I'm
so
losing
much
weight too, Rudy. Just a different way. That's all.
I'm impressed.
It was, believe me, it was much worse at the beginning. If you look at the first episode, he had just the green sheet and nothing.
Yeah,
and
was that old wrinkly sheet? Was that the one that I saw before?
Yes.
Was it old? Was it old? It was a new sheet.
It had some creepy stains on it too. I remember that.
Fresh stains, not old stains.
Some of them during the show.
Only the best.
But then he tried to pull one over on us. He hung pictures on the green screen and told us that was the green screen.
The latest green screen technology is what that was.
That's whatever works, right?
Absolutely.
I tried a green screen for a while. It's such a pain. And then you wear like something like with the blue headphones and the blue kind of goes in with the green screen. It's just.
Well, it's kind of cool though. I have this cup. I didn't bring it down here tonight, but I have a blue cup. And so when you hold it up, it's like half invisible. So I call it my ghost cup. So it's but I don't have it tonight. So.
Well, I had one of my buddies come on as a guest host on my show a few months ago, and he had a green screen and a green shirt. So he was basically just a floating head during the entire show.
Max headroom.
I had glasses only as during a test run before one of those shows.
That's
I
right,
just saw a
that's
green
right.
sheet behind me because it ate my entire head and body.
Yes, he was just a pair of glasses. It was awesome.
Nice.
Much more attractive. Anyway, time for the Diz quiz.
All right.
Boy.
Are you guys ready? We're going to start.
Not really.
All right.
All
Here we
right.
go.
So the first question is for you, Rudy.
Okay.
What was the name of Minnie Mouse's father?
Oh, jeez. I have no idea. Mr. Mouse?
Oh, close. It was actually Marcus is the answer. Marcus.
Wow.
All
I
right.
don't know this stuff.
I can't
Danny.
believe you didn't know that, Rudy.
Until
All right.
Danny,
I'm ready.
you have the opportunity to take the lead.
All right.
What is the name of Mickey Mouse's girlfriend?
Oh shit. I know this. Let's see. It starts with an M. Malice. No. I think it's like small. It's like Minnie Mouse, right?
That is correct. Danny,
Yes!
you are correct. Danny's in the
man.
lead.
Can we pan back again?
Question to 0.
Yeah, let's go back to the smaller videos.
Okay.
I can't believe I'm beating Rudy, the expert on Disney.
Next question is for you, Rudy.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
In Pinocchio, while playing pool, which ball does Lampwick sink with a behind the back shot?
The 8 ball?
No, it's the red 3 ball is the correct answer.
That movie's actually pretty horrific. Have you guys watched that in your adulthood by any chance?
I have not in my
Not
adulthood.
recently.
I remember
Yeah, like,
as
all the kids are drinking and smoking cigars, and then they turn into donkeys. It's like a horror show.
oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's really bizarre.
I forgot about that. Well, it was a good life lesson.
We
All
have
right,
laws
let's-
against that now. Your turn, Danny. For Pinocchio, which character serves as Pinocchio's conscience?
Man, these are so hard. Why does Rudy get the easy ones? Oh, man. It was some kind of insect. I remember that. Was he a grasshopper? No. I think he was a. Oh, wait. Jiminy Cricket. I
That
think,
is correct. Danny,
Yes!
2 in a row. He's on
Did that
fire.
pop up on screen before he said that?
I am awesome.
He's cheating again.
If it did, I wasn't looking.
All right.
Where's Mr. Rogan?
Now, the question is for you, Rudy. What is Donald Duck's middle name?
Is it Arthur?
No, I'm sorry. The answer is Fauntleroy.
Oh, jeez.
Fauntleroy, of course.
That was on the tip of my tongue. That was my next answer.
It's such a common name.
All right.
All right, let's go. I'm winning. I
Yes,
can't believe
you
it.
are. Your question, Danny, question number 3, and the opportunity to take a commanding lead. What color shorts does Donald Duck wear?
Is that? Do I have a lifeline, Kevin?
Of course.
I have a lifeline. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we probably should have told Rudy that, but that's okay. I'm I'm going to ask Anthony. I think I'm going to ask Anthony on this one. Anthony,
What's going on, man?
hey buddy, how you doing?
Not bad. I'm just reading The Art of Moana.
Nice.
What's happening?
Oh well, you know what? We're in a very close race, me and Rudy, right now with a Disney quiz.
It's not that close.
Oh, it's very close. Very close.
2-0, Danny.
And I have a lifeline, so I reached out to you. And since you're on South Park, I figured you knew Disney, since you work on South Park.
Really bad idea that you called me. Yeah. I'll do my best.
All right. I know you don't know much about movies, but I'm trying to figure out what color shorts does Donald Duck wear.
Okay. I think I have this.
Okay.
Could you give me a minute?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm just
All right.
gonna.
There's
Go to the
nothing in the
basement
rules
real
that
quick.
says they have to be answered in a certain
Yeah,
amount of time.
there's no time limit on this?
This is highly irregular, but we didn't think to
Jeez.
put it in the rules. We'll have to maybe.
Oh,
next time.
geez, he's in it. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
What is
Wait,
going
what
on
happened?
down there?
Why did I become huge?
You're. There we
Oh.
go. We're all back.
Oh, wow. Okay. Now I'm getting a little more positive about finding a real answer here.
Just making my way through this CD video store.
Oh wow. Let's.
Oh, look at this. I think I'm gonna get a correct answer here.
Let me see what I can figure out here. The color of
Yes.
Donald Duck shorts.
Yes, Donald Duck shorts.
They
That
ain't
is
no
correct.
shorts, sir. They
They're
ain't no
white. No.
Did you say they're white?
He doesn't wear pants.
Yeah, he's pants.
Neither do I, so I could answer that.
Don't stand
Okay.
up. Don't stand up, Rudy, please.
All right. So that
It'll
is.
improve the ratings.
So the actual reason we brought Anthony on board here is because he's going to be a regular part of the show, but I wanted to show his video store to you, Rudy. I figured you're a big fan of movies.
Is he taking over for Kevin?
Yes,
That's
that's
my.
over my
I
dead
didn't
body.
want it to be said, but yeah, I'm gunning for that sweet space he's got, and
I had heard rumors.
ethereal chair.
Will never happen.
All we
He's
gotta
actually the only person I've seen with more movies than I have.
Well, it's funny. I actually relate quite a bit to what you were saying about like not having money as a kid, and then all of a sudden, here we are.
And now because of that, we have no money as an adult.
100%. So yeah, I basically built a my own kind of mom and pop 80s video shop.
That's
That's pretty awesome.
That
with
is.
a speakeasy.
Whoa.
Oh, that's nice.
So
That-
it goes into a. Bear with me.
Wow.
I don't even want to know what goes on in there.
Almost a Pee-wee's Playhouse kitchen, and still working on this, but this is the food-related VHS section.
Nice.
Such.
That's pretty awesome.
Took about 3 years to make this. I laid the floor myself. It was the worst thing I ever did in my life, but I have respect for anybody who does flooring.
Wow.
Complete with an adults-only section, but being that you're still with Disney podcasts of sorts, yes?
Not currently.
Should we go in there? I don't want to.
Go ahead.
Okay.
That's up to Danny.
I don't know. Kevin might get too excited and put more stains on his green
Well,
screen.
it's the cheesiest titles known to man, but I'll show you one title that's super hot. Okay, if you don't mind. Okay? It's honestly like always does the job. Pressure washers.
That sounds painful.
Oh no, this is instant satisfaction. If ever you need to like scratch that itch, this is the job. But it's almost 21 and up for this one. So
Kevin's got that on VHS.
yeah, so it's a cheesy adults only section. I try to like not model a blockbuster video because my memories growing up was more like this. So this
What
is
kind of
Mondo
money do you
video.
have sunk into that?
That's rude, Rudy.
Embarrassingly amounts of money, actually. Yeah,
And the second question is, are you single, Anthony, because of it?
I'm not actually. I'm not.
Oh.
I have no idea, and it's not a mail order bride either.
No, his kids are often in the adult section.
That's true.
It's true. I have footage of that. But oddly enough, so this is called Mondo Video, and this is called Mondo Kiddio. So that's
Nice.
a kids section. So my kids will know what it's like to grow up in a video store. So still working on it. My girl calls it One More Thing Video because I'm never done. So that's it.
That's pretty awesome.
That's awesome. Thank you, Anthony.
Of course. Glad
Kevin's
I can help.
about to get fired, so I think you're looking good for the
That
sidekick.
kind of hobby
Sure.
doesn't leave enough time for a sidekick. Gig.
I'm gonna get in there one of these days.
In your dreams,
Good to see
pal.
you.
Good to see you, buddy.
Have a
You know,
good
even moving around, Anthony's video quality was better than Kevin's. Just food for thought, Danny.
Okay, I'm very excited now. Rudy, stay on because I'm bringing on my next guest here. This guy I've known for many, many years. I used to book rooms in New York City. He's one of my favorite comedians. We actually have similar styles, although he does a lot more sound effects and stuff like that. He is Heidi Klum's favorite comedian and is known for Bill Burr's show, F is for Family, which is on Netflix. And he's got the Talking Dicks podcast, which has nothing to do with the adult section in Anthony's place. It's detectives. Please welcome, guys, Al Ducharme.
All right.
I was totally into Anthony's basement, man. I was like so there. I was like, keep going. And don't get me wrong, I love the Star Wars collection, but I think if you let go of some of the Star Wars stuff, you can make your own little video basement, 1980s video basement. Now, are you in their basement as well, Rudy?
I'm actually upstairs. I'm up in this cold, dark room. I'm freezing right now.
Are you really?
Yes.
Very cool. Is that a TIE fighter behind you?
Oh boy, I've got X-wings, TIE fighters, Darth Vader over my shoulder. I had an actual life-size Vader in here, but I got rid of that.
The inflatable one?
No, this one was like legit.
with a big mouth. With that mouth.
That one's downstairs.
I'm sorry. I went blue. I don't even know Rudy. I'm being rude to Rudy.
No, you helped me.
Rudy.
You helped me get bluer. That was great. Which is Rudy's balls right now because he's freezing without pants. Anyway.
Is this okay? How's the sound? I switched mics on you. We came on early and did a test, but I had to move. I had the pipe burst, so I had to move everything to one side. Anyways, how is it?
It's great. Sounds good.
Okay,
Sounds good.
cool.
Is that a F is for Family quilt?
It is, and I actually have it as a backdrop when we do the Talking Dicks. And Al Romas, the comedian that I do it with, he calls it my AIDS quilt. There he is. There's Al.
There's Al. All right.
Very funny guy. Very funny guy. He's the other half.
Why don't you tell us about this podcast?
Well, it's a spinoff from the web series, The Two Dicks.
Lean over so we can see you.
Lean over?
Yeah, other way.
All lean.
Let's go back to that. Let's go back to that 80s adult section.
We're gonna start playing pressure, whatever pressure. Anyway, so tell us about your podcast.
Well, again, it's a spinoff from our web series, The Two Dicks, which is on all the platforms wherever you can see things. And because of the pandemic, he lives in Tampa. Al lives in Tampa, and I live here in Studio City, California. So we were making a few episodes every few months and then setting them free, but it stopped dead. The pandemic just put the screeching halt on everything. So we said, let's do the podcast. Let's do a spinoff. So we started talking about the episodes that we had just done, and we tried to shoot a couple of episodes long distance, but it was really difficult. So we said, let's just, instead of shitting on our episodes that we made, let's just do a podcast. And that's where we are now. And it's actually, we're 73 episodes in, and it is funny to go back and watch from the beginning. I heard you talking about it, Danny, how it changes, and you start to get better. You start to get more polished. And whatnot. And you still run into technical issues, obviously, but we love doing it. It's great. It's great for the head, especially during these times,
So the episodes, you guys try to discover, it's like set in the 50s or something, or what's
the web series, it's a 1950s parody of moronic detectives, and we're totally politically incorrect, and it's just, they're idiots. They can hardly do right. Once in a while they do, but it's mostly wrong. And they end up with the short end of the stick. And it's just ridiculous. It's absurdity. Well, but it's a lot of fun. And we were able to get some traction, and it inspired us to keep going with it. People were asking more. So we just kept making them. So I would, if I was working on a cruise ship, I would stop off in Tampa 3 days ahead of time, and we'd bang out a few episodes. And then I'd jump on the cruise ship and or on my way back to the same. And again, it's just having control over everything. You're the producer, you're creating, you're directing, you're starring in it. It's a lot of work, but having that control over it is also gratifying. It's like this. You have control over this, It's gotta be gratifying.
Danny has no control over it at all.
That's why he wears it. Depends. Yes, that's why. But but you know what it is. You're creating.
Great concept.
You're creating it.
Just the first thought I have is everything we consider to be evidence today, like DNA and forensics, was entirely unavailable then.
Right.
So do you solve crimes based on feelings? The lady looked funny.
Hunches.
It's
oh yes. Yeah.
Magnifying glasses.
It's more just stupidity, but again, they end up with the short end of the stick. But they actually were fired from the police department, and they opened up their own private detective agency, and that just fell apart. They like to smoke and drink and chase women and chase skirts, dames, and
dames.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
That's great. How many episodes do you have?
That we have 16 episodes, but 2 of them aren't really episodes. They're just long distance slapping it together. We did 2 episodes. We're on the phone.
Okay.
But we're working on some technology where we can actually maybe split the screen and try to recreate some scenes together. I don't know if that's possible, how much work is involved. You
Yeah,
guys
I
may
know.
know. How would you do that?
Well, it's funny because you were helping me out, giving me your thoughts on my Living in Corona series
Mm-hmm.
About a guy who's developing split personalities during quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just thinking about adding people, co-stars, people coming in aside from just, because right now it was just me and 5 personalities. But it'd be cool, I thought, to have my friends come in like you or Justin. You know Justin Wade? You probably don't know him.
Don't know him.
Okay. He's a comedian as well, but I was thinking about bringing people in. But yeah, it's a daunting to think about doing that, because it really is a lot more work.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like work. I don't know about you, but
No, I get it. You want to be in front of the camera, but I do like that aspect. As a matter of fact, even this right here, I have a separate camera, that a HDMI wire that's going in here. I finally hooked up my mic. I had all these other things, and I wasn't able to hook them up because the workers had just left my office, and I wasn't able to get in here and connect everything. But I do have my Ethernet. But having control over it, editing. I hate editing, but I love it at the same time.
Yeah.
I love the control of it. But I know a lot of people will outsource their editing now. Maybe that's what I'll do in the future.
I don't know about that. If I'm going to outsource the editing, they got to be funny. Because an editor, in my opinion, it's all about timing.
Yeah.
And if you know what I mean, you know what I'm talking about. They got to be funny, because those fractions of a second that make the difference into making it funny or just you know what I mean? It's just
you also have to be able to trust to give someone else a shot at it. That's hard to do, because we see everything in our minds and how it all plays out, and you got to try to convey that to them. But they may have their own ideas as well.
No, absolutely. If you get a good editor that's really funny, I personally, if they don't have a sense of humor, I don't know that I could hire them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They don't have to be outwardly funny, but they have to have a sense of humor, in my opinion, for the timing to be good on even drama, even on drama. Well, I don't know.
Editing can make anything, make it or break it.
Absolutely. They're so important. I would love to like Susanna's great. She's our engineer here, and she does amazing work for us. And I'm so grateful, because I didn't have any time this week, and she's pieced things together. My writers are amazing, Kevin and Carrie and Steve. And I'm lucky. I got a team behind me for the first time.
That's fantastic. And Al and I have been talking about that, delegating some work, and I keep saying to him, "No, I can handle it. I can do it all." And then I get overwhelmed. And it's like, well, it's a pandemic. I have time. And then, the pipe burst in the wall here. And then there's like, plumbers in and out, drills, and it's nuts here.
Right.
And then I have all this work to catch up on, and I don't have a proper Wi-Fi connection. But I love the hands-on part of it. But at the same time, maybe it's time to delegate some. I mean, again, you have a whole staff.
I'm blessed. Angela Joseph brought these people together to help me do this. I'm grateful for that. It's working out. But it's funny, because when you're doing it, you kind of have to decide, because you can kind of tell who's going to be really people you can work with personality wise, and who, no offense to anybody, but there are people you just feel like they're going to kind of impede it. And so you got to go through that. And it's a tough thing, because you don't want to be a dick. Well, you do, but you're 2 dicks. But you really have to pick the right team. It's really so important.
But I've also worked with people who were talented, and I knew they were talented, and I wanted to work with them, but they were a pain in the ass. And
exactly,
we got through it. But still, then there's people that are just not good, and you're committed to it, and you just try to get through it as well. But again, I probably will have to work with people that I don't like, but I know that they're good.
Yeah.
Al Romans, for instance.
Well, you gotta try to. I'm at a point now in my life where I'm like, I really only want the people not only that are good, but the people that I can get along with and work with. I just don't want to deal with the stress of having to deal with someone I don't get along with, even if they're good, or if they are, then they got to be separated into a different thing. Like Kevin. No.
I was gonna say he's right there, and you're talking about him all this time.
I know, right?
That's all right.
He can take it. He can take it.
Have
I
you
got
been
a little power washing plan for after the show.
So Al,
Yes.
improv. How do you feel about it?
Improvising or the actual improv?
No, improvising.
How do I feel about it? I haven't
Yeah.
done it in a very long time. I used to belong to an improv group. I've taken classes. It's
Okay.
fun. The games? You mean the actual live audience games? Or?
No, the reason I'm bringing it up is because we're going to ambush you with it. You and I are going to do an improvised scene together.
We are? All right. Can I play the woman?
I have no idea what it is yet. They're gonna put it on us right now. So let's do this. Let's show that.
How much does this
I think
pay?
Rudy would too.
Rudy
Me?
can be in it. Well, I don't know if
think you
Kevin
all
has
should
it set up.
play.
I don't know if Kevin, is it set up for 3 people? I don't think it is it?
No, it isn't. It's a 2-person interpersonal scenario.
I took
Okay.
enough abuse on the quiz.
All right. Do we have the intro for this? Let's do this. Let's give it a shot.
Danny's Improv Theater.
All right. What's the scenario, Kevin?
All right. Al, Danny is your boss, and you need to ask him for a raise. Danny, Al is dating your ex-wife, and you feel like you owe him.
Okay.
All right? And go.
So, Al, how are you?
I'm well. I think things are going very well on the floor, and I think that I put my time in, and I got out. I think I got up to 30 inflatable dolls per hour, and
Right,
I'm thinking
right.
I'm worthy of
I think you tested
being
half of them.
compensated for it.
I think you tested half of them, though.
I do the testing, and
Yes.
but my insurance covers the Viagra, so I'm not worried about that part of it. It's the I feel like I'm out of breath by the time I'm done with my shift.
Well, yeah. So is the person cleaning the dolls, but you do a good job. I gotta say, you do a good job. You are. I mean, your heart is in it for sure.
Well, yes, it is. It's in, and most of the time it's in, and sometimes it's out. But during the course of the day, depending on exactly what's happening, I'm in and out constantly.
Yes, and I imagine that extra Cialis that I gave you is helping.
It's actually conflicting with the Viagra.
Oh,
Right. I've grown an extra appendage.
I did notice your breasts were bigger.
Yes, and everybody around here calls me the 2 dicks.
Yes, but you're kind of blessed to have 2 dicks now, and
It's a lot of responsibility.
It is.
My minds are on something else constantly.
Your mind, 3 minds, I think, is the word for it. Yes.
Right.
So what do you want from me?
Well, I was thinking maybe perhaps this year, on top of my Christmas bonus, that I could perhaps get a raise for the 2021.
A raise.
A raise.
Yeah, a raise.
Because I can keep it up all day long, and
yeah, you can. I just wish
giving me a raise would give me that extra extension that I need to really do a bang up job.
Yeah, I suppose so. I just wish you wouldn't extend it on the lunch line.
I understand, especially when they're serving salami.
Well, several employees have told me that they thought you were holding them up. When
they're standing in front of me.
Yes, exactly. Thank God COVID separated us with 6 feet, which you're close to that, by the way. Which
5 foot 8.5.
Yes. So I got to ask before I give you a raise. Are Are you pleasing my ex-wife?
Oh, you know about that.
Yeah, I watch it. She puts a cam up. And,
Oh, she has the nanny cam.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
well, that was part of our divorce settlement, so that I could watch. And I got to admit, I was shocked that you were there.
Well, I was dating the nanny, and one thing led to another. Word got out that the work that I do at the plant, and everybody wanted to be. Well, they took notice.
I'll tell you what. I've been watching your performance with my ex, and I feel like if you can keep that up and maybe bring her to more of a climax, she wouldn't be on my ass so much about payments. And if you do that, if you can do that, then I will give you a raise. In fact, I will, because it's the company, I will give you as much as if you can please her enough to bring down the child support payments. That's how much money I'll give you a raise.
Well, I'm going to bring this up to her. She's actually here right now. She's busy right now.
Okay, but you can't tell her the deal.
What's that?
You can't tell her the deal. Is your eye frozen? Are you getting a stroke? Is she there? Oh, man. Oh, my God. All right, you got anything you want? Anything you want?
And scene.
Come back next
Goodness.
time.
Yes.
For Danny's Improv Theater.
That was beautiful. It
was very blue.
That was fun. I almost jumped in with Poo Nanny Cam.
Oh.
Yeah.
Serve
When
it
you
up,
said
baby.
it, I was like, well, I got to stay quiet.
Where's Rudy? We can bring Rudy back. There we go.
I just finished my drink.
How do you rate the performance, Rudy?
I'll give it 4 sausages out of 5.
How about you, Anthony?
Anthony went back to the adult section.
There you go.
Anthony got so hot about it. Wait, he's muted. We got to unmute Anthony. We can't hear you, boy. Here we go. Hold on. I'll unmute him.
All right.
Where is... Oh, he's down there.
As the unmuting takes
Oh,
place.
he's unmuted. There we go.
All right.
Anthony.
Yes.
It's a bit of a time capsule you have down below there. I'm impressed with your 1980s theme there. It's almost like if you were during the Cold War, I guess, during the 50s, I guess people would dig those bunkers. And then they made a few movies about this. One was with Christopher Walken.
Oh, yes.
He came out. And yes, that's what that reminded me of.
Like
Do you
a-
have
What's
like
that movie is the first quarter of it's really good. It's
Right.
enjoyable. Like
Right.
the set design, the bunker, and then
Mhm.
they go above ground, and in my opinion, it's out the window. But yes,
Yeah.
it's kind of a
Okay,
time
wait.
capsule.
Now, before we go into this, we gotta. I want to talk about really quickly. F is for family.
I found a worm and I ripped him in half and I made 2 worms. And you know what?
Fuck, spit it out!
Mommy!
This show is amazing, Al.
I didn't even know I was on it until like 3 seasons in.
Let's make Al big again.
Make me big. You say the right words.
Right? Well, it seems to be the theme of the show tonight.
Yes, it is. Always.
So,
yes, I'm very flattered to be a part of the Bill Burr experiment. We are on season 5 right now. As a matter of fact, a couple of days ago, I couldn't. I've been recording at home. I have a makeshift closet studio, soundproof studio, and because of COVID, I've been recording here. But because of my pipe burst, I had to go into the studio for the first time in 9 months, and
wow,
that was pretty cool.
So
I think I was actually the only one there. Someone let me in. They made me fill out a form. They had gloves and shields on and whatnot. And then there was a maze, and I went through. It was a studio that I hadn't been to in a few years, and I made my way in, and then there was an engineer on the other side of the 2-inch glass, and then there was like a 85-inch screen, and all the producers and writers were all home. It was pretty wild, but I went in there. I banged out 4 episodes, so I was excited about that. And my main character is Anthony. That's the one that does all the humping, and he says, "You know what?" I do various voices on the show, but that's the one I was hired for. It's actually from my comedy act, my stand-up comedy act.
I remember that.
Yes, it's one of my classic bits. And Bill remembered the bit, and he said, "Listen, we developed this new character. His name is Anthony, and I know that your kid character would fit, so I got to present it to everybody, Netflix and Gaumont, the animation company, whatnot." So I said, "All right." So I went in for a table read, and I thought it was going to be like 12 of us sitting around reading a cartoon, but it was it's like a real thing, So there was like 80 people in a ballroom of a hotel.
Oh my God, 80 people?
Yeah, and there was all the executives are sitting up. They put me right next to the executives because they all wanted to see this new guy. And I actually wasn't even hired yet. So,
wow.
So I went in for the table read, and I got to my lines, and everybody started laughing. So I was like, oh. So every time we got around the horn, I do my lines, and they loved it, ate it up. So they showrunner ran over to me, Michael Price, and said, "Welcome to the family." And that's 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Pretty cool.
What a great guy Bill is, huh?
Billy, yes. Yep. We were doing a fundraiser together for a friend of ours who had passed. We were raising money for his family. And
who was that?
That was actually Pete Cumming, a comedian. He was originally from Connecticut, but he started his stand-up comedy career out of Boston. And then he moved out here and started doing some producing and whatnot. But
Okay.
So
he wasn't in New York. When I was booking you and Bill in New York, he wasn't in New York.
No.
Okay. Because I remember when I used to book the Underground and some of my other rooms.
108th and Broadway, baby.
Yeah, baby.
That was a fun little room. I love that room.
That was a great room.
Yeah. It was.
We were packed.
Yeah, you would pack them in there. It was an offshoot from, what it was called, the Underground, and because all the other comedy clubs were becoming so corporate.
Yeah,
it had that that feel of corporation, and yours was the offshoot, the Underground. So it was more relaxed. The crowds were great. It was always packed. It wasn't the biggest room in the world, but it was nice and intimate. And we'd run up there in between our corporate shows, and Danny would be hosting, and he would book it. And I'd always run into guys that I hadn't seen in a while.
Yeah. Well, I would actually, what I did when I first started the room, I was hosting, but then I started headlining so that the headliner didn't have to do the check spot.
Right.
And so I would go up at the end after the television, television guys. But this was before Bill Burr was famous. This was before a lot of people were famous. But that was a great room. And but I remember your act. I remember that. That's
a staple of my act, and obviously revived.
It's great.
And if I'm doing my long sets, which I haven't done in a while, but I pull it all out. Yeah.
So Bill, it's funny because I hadn't seen Bill in years, and when I moved to LA, I kind of started hanging out a little bit with Dane Cook. I mean, I'm not like a friend of Dane's, but we were out at the Improv one night, and he was always nice to me. He was like, "Yeah, come on over, hang out." And he's with Bill Burr. It's me, him, Bill Burr. Oh God, I wish I could remember who else was there. But Bill's there, and I had lost his number because I hadn't booked him in years, and I think it was on one of my old phones, and I lost so many amazing contacts. All these people who are famous now, and
you'll be surprised how many of them kept their 917 numbers.
Oh, I know. And so Bill's there, and it's me, Bill, Dane Cook, and a couple other people. And I go to Bill. I go, "Hey, Bill, why don't you give me your number?" And he looked at me. He goes, "Danny, why do you want my number? You haven't talked to me in years. What do you want? What are you going to call me up and invite me over for a barbecue? He goes, you didn't care before, now you care? What's going on? And I go, well, Bill, you never know. He goes, all right, Danny. All right. I'm going to give you my number. But I don't want you calling me and trying to get me to do some laundromat. Okay? I don't want you bitching about your ex. I don't want any of this bullshit. If you got something you want to talk about, just say hi. Fine. That's how great Bill is. Bill's a great dude.
Just an honest, speaks his mind, you know.
He's the most real comic out there, in my opinion. I mean, you don't get more real than Bill.
No, he's putting it all out there.
He's a good dude.
Putting it all out there.
He's a good dude. I met his wife at the Laugh Factory. We hung out there. And then he did the Saturday Night Live thing, which I loved.
You saw him recently?
Well, I didn't see him, but I texted him when he did the Saturday Night Live show.
Oh, okay.
And he texted me back. I was like, "That's awesome. That's what a great guy Bill Burr is."
See, you have it. You have his 917 number,
right? And I was like, "Do you want to do a laundromat after Saturday Night Live?"
You should have gone to it before. Do a little warm up set,
right?
he still pops into, clubs to run material. Well, when they're up and running, but he'll just like pop in. At stage time is stage time. You're working on a new bit.
Yep.
Just walk in and do it. That's what I liked about Jim Gaffigan. Jim Gaffigan would, like at Gotham Comedy Club, they'd have a sold out crowd, 250 people. And then downstairs, it was like the underground almost. They have like 20 people all crammed in, 30 people all crammed in. And Jim Gaffigan would walk in there with his notebook and try out all his new material.
He was amazing. He
didn't want to go up in front of 250 people. He wanted to work out the material.
To be honest with you, I like the smaller rooms better. I really do. I mean,
you concentrate on the material rather than worry about response.
Yeah.
And pleasing the room. It frees you up.
And you really connect with the audience more.
Yeah.
That way, you know what I mean? Jim used to do my rooms too, but the thing that struck me before Jim was famous, I remember at the comic strip one night, he gets off stage, and this is way before he was famous, and he gets on his laptop, and I'm looking at his laptop, we're talking, and he's got this facial expression here, this thing here. I mean, he really...
Yeah, he was like very methodical, very crafted, every step of the way. Yeah.
I'm not like that. I get on stage and I riff it out and I get it, and then I just remember it and I do it the next time.
Yeah, it's everyone has a different style, different way of doing it. Definitely.
Yeah.
Whatever works for you.
But dude, you've always been an amazing friend, and you've always you're one of those guys that no matter how successful you are, you remember your roots. You're always good to other comics, and I want to tell you I appreciate that, and I appreciate you coming on this show.
Absolutely, man. This was a good time. I like how you have it set. There you are. You're in front of a.
That's okay. That's my room in LA. That's a room.
I did that room.
Yes, you did that room.
Yeah. That's over in Burbank, is it?
Yes.
Yeah. That was you had a packed crowd that night.
Yeah. I tell you, that was the night when I had this improv group, I think. Remember that when you were there?
Yes, they were like a college improv group, or they were probably just younger than me. I assume it was in college. Yes,
but crushed it. You crushed it that night.
They were set up, so it was nice.
Come on, you crushed it. You always do. Hey, I gotta ask, do you remember that night at the Hammerstein Ballroom when I had Lynn Koplitz, I think I had Tom Cotter. Do you remember that night?
I think Bernadette Pauly was there as well.
Yes, Bernadette Pauly. Yes,
that was wild. That was a great space.
Oh my God, that was an epic room.
Mm-hmm.
But after all you guys left, I did the last.
That's when the party started. Yeah.
No, I did the spot, and this girl. I don't know if you remember. There was this girl that was kind of heckling everybody, and she was in the back. I got her to come up front, and I'm ripping on her, and the audience was dying. but it was so hard to follow all you guys. But I was because there was, God, all you guys are amazing comics, and I had to follow you guys. And this girl's heckling me, so I'm ripping on her. I say, "Why don't you come up to the front and heckle?" And she comes up to the front, and then I'm smashing her, and it was awesome. But you ever get to the point where you're dealing with a heckler and you can't go back to your jokes?
Oh yeah, you get lost. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, because the audience is all they want to hear is the you bashing the heckler.
Well, that's brave. First of all, you going up after having like 6 comics on and just keep going. I mean, that's brave.
Right? Right?
But that's what makes you stronger. That's what makes you a better comic, doing things like that.
It wound up being an epic moment because, geez, that's an old one. Thanks. I look like an alien on that one.
I think you were just born.
I wound up, all of a sudden I said to the audience, I said, I can't do my jokes now. And all of a sudden another audience member got up and goes, "F you, bitch." And they start arguing, right? And you remember the sound booth behind the stage? Barely. There was no window. And I'm just making faces on, and the audience is laughing while they're arguing. I lean back and my head goes through because there's no glass. I wound up climbing through the window to end my set.
You climbed through the sound booth window?
Yes, and the whole audience went insane because they were still arguing. They didn't notice me climbing through, and the audience was going nuts. And there was sound equipment there, and I couldn't get over the sound equipment, so I'm halfway in, halfway out, and I'm like, I can't go back on the stage. This is an epic ending, right? Because everybody's like falling off their chairs and screaming. The manager comes into the sound booth, and he holds his arms out, and I jump over the sound equipment, and he catches me.
And you guys made love.
And he carried me away like Richard Gere.
I can't quit you. Different movie, sorry.
And of course my camera died.
Oh, you don't have any evidence of this?
No, I don't.
What do you think?
But
next on Liars.
but the busboy said he'll work any of my shows for free. So I got a busboy for the rest of my life.
All right.
You're building a team, Danny, from the ground up.
Anyway, Al, where can people find you? Obviously, F is for family. Tell people where they can see your podcast.
Well, the podcast, we just started a new podcast. What do you call it? Bean Sprout. So now we're going to be everywhere, wherever you listen to your podcast. Actually, it's going to be a Christmas special gift to everybody. Otherwise, you can go to our YouTube / The Two Dicks. We're on Facebook, of course, Instagram, 2Dicks2 on Instagram. If you Google The Two Dicks, do not look at the images. Just look for the wording, comedians, parody, 1950s parody.
I mean, how many like perverts do you get watching your podcast just because of the name?
It helps.
There's a lot of perverts out there.
All right, buddy. Well, thanks for having me on. This is great.
No, thank you.
I love the fact that you have like a full production house here.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Well, I get lucky sometimes. Al, you're amazing. Thank you so much for being on.
Thank you, guys.
Say hi to your wife. I want to have her on as well.
Absolutely.
She's amazing. And she did my room too.
She absolutely did.
Yes. All right, buddy.
Everybody, be safe.
Take care, Al.
Guys, check Al out.
I actually just received an email. I got my vaccine number. I'm 187,489,232. October 2nd through the 9th is my window.
Are you joking? Is this real?
You'd be a fool to go out before then.
Al, I love you, man.
Everybody be safe.
All right, be safe.
Good night.
Thank you, buddy. That was a great show, Kevin.
That was a great, fun show. Absolutely.
All right, you're fired. Anthony's hired. Guys, have a great night. Let's roll the credits.
Nope.